Welcome, RUFL Utah members, to the end of the year 2016 update. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope you all had a good set of holidays with Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever you may celebrate. Hopefully you got to spend time with your children. If you did not, our support is with you as fellow members. I know what you're going through. I can understand and appreciate it because I've been going through it myself for 9 years. I've missed 9 years of Christmases, birthdays, Thanksgivings, etc. with my oldest daughter. So I can understand and appreciate what you're going through. I know how hard it is. I know that some of us can deal with it better than others. Maybe that's because it's been going on for so many years. But whatever the case, know that if you didn't spend time with your kids this holiday, that our entire network of support is with you. Okay? One thing I want to talk about, I wish I had talked about it sooner, but with the holidays, everything's been really busy, so I'm just now getting to it. I hope it does some good for somebody, and that is getting through the holidays without one of your children there. It obviously it's hard year round, but obviously it's more so very difficult if your kids aren't there for the holidays. I'm trying to think of ways to put this in terms that hopefully help somebody, because when you go through this without your kids there for the holidays, a lot of emotions occur. Anger, sadness, depression, and sometimes it's hard for some of us to process all of those emotions, especially if you don't have a good support network. So I've had a lot of experience with it, and for the people that may be going through it, maybe you haven't been going through it as long, or as something that's brand new to you, but the one thing that I want to project to you and relay to you would be that never give up hope. My daughter has just aged out of the system, so the potential to see her at some point probably is going to increase now. She doesn't have her mom or vindictive lawyers or courts overseeing her anymore. So, if worst comes to worst, I guess what I can say to you is at some point that your children will grow up and they'll be able to make decisions on their own and for themselves. And hopefully the parental alienation damage is not so severe that you can restore a relationship with your child. Getting back to the topic that I wanted to discuss, getting through the holidays can be really tough, especially if you're dependent on having that relationship with your kids. You're used to having them there every year, and all of a sudden they've been ripped out of your life. One of the things that I would recommend to you to get through this time period, if you're still having a lot of difficulty with it, is look into therapy. A lot of people look down on therapy. They don't think it helps. They don't want to do it. They don't want to share their personal stories, but I can attest that therapy, especially if it's done one-on-one for the parent that is suffering the parental alienation, it can be a great benefit and release for you. So I would highly recommend that if you're really struggling, you don't have a good support network, that you look into therapy. There's a lot of programs out there that go based off your income. If you're one of those people that can't afford to do it on a regular basis, there are places that do sliding scale services. I believe one of them mainly for women, but I also think that they take men who may have been abused or battered. But one of the places that I know of is the Family Support Center in Taylorsville, Utah. So if that place doesn't work out for you, keep looking. Try to find something that works within your budget, but also allows you to go on a regular basis, because you need somebody with expertise in processing and digesting this loss that can help you through these things. One of the things that they can do is not only give you tools on dealing with it, but they can also maybe give you a sense of hope and direction. And when I did my therapy, and I went for probably almost 2 years, based on the loss of my oldest child, and it gave me a lot of direction. When I would leave, I had a new mind state on how to take the next steps forward, where before I would go in, a lot of times I would feel helpless. So I would definitely recommend looking into doing therapy. And if you're a man, don't feel like you're too big and bad to do it, because we need somebody to talk to as well. There's a lot of fathers out there that just build this stuff up inside, and then bad things happen. They may decide to hurt somebody else or themselves. So I'm going to recommend that you reach out, try to get yourself some therapy, somebody to talk to on a regular basis, and try to deal with it in the most positive way you can. The next thing you can do is get yourself involved in a hobby. Whatever it is that you really, really like to do. Like if you're a man and you like working on cars, you like antique classic cars, you like video games, you like music. If you're a woman and you like any of those things too, great. If you like doing painting, crafts, whatever it is, dive into doing it. It gives you a distraction. It gives you something to feel some relief from. You get a sense of accomplishment. You get connected back with the real world. So dive into a hobby and do it on a regular basis. Do it around other people. And I promise you, it is a good distraction. So those are two of the main things, I think, the biggest things you can do. And of course, continue to fight to have your children in your life. Never give up hope. If you have to jump through some hoops because the system has decided to make you jump through hoops, then do what you have to do. I know a lot of it is bullshit. I know the system is fucking corrupt. And there's a lot of parents that have been fucked over by the system. But do what you have to do to play the game and ultimately get your kids back in your life. That's the end goal. You have to stay focused on the end goal and not get distracted with getting revenge, not get distracted with, taking out your enemies in court. Stay focused on the goal at the end of the road, and that is getting your kids back in your life. If that isn't your goal, then honestly, maybe you shouldn't have your kids in the first place. You don't want to have a life built on revenge. And your kids need a parent that's healthy in their mind state, as well as somebody that can lead them with some good morals and values. And I'm not here to try to teach everybody how to have morals and values. That's not my business. I'm just saying that you need to stay focused on the goal at hand, and that is ultimately getting your kids back and having a normal family life. So those are a couple of things. I know I've had quite a few people reach out to me and touch base with me over the last few months that are really, really struggling. And in fact, I'm dealing with somebody right now trying to give them a sense of direction. And those are the biggest things I can give you off the top of my head. And you have to remember that you have to take charge of your life and your future. You can't expect other people to do all these things for you. If if life's kicking you down, then you've got to be the one to get back up and move forward. There's other people that can help you along the way, but you have to take that step. And I just gave you some direction to go that I've used in my personal life in case that have helped me out. They're not going to make things perfect or reverse the damage that's been done, but especially at this time of year, they do help out. So I think that's about it for today. This is kind of a somber message, and I hope it helps somebody out. And if you have any questions, suggestions, anything else, then reach out to us, okay? Until next time, keep it safe, and remember, family is the most important thing in life. Take care.